Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this video. We are coming towards the end of Module 2, and so I wanted to cover just a couple of things regarding my expectations for the work that you're turning in. In case you're not familiar, we are, or I guess the county has moved to a pass-fail system for this last quarter. So what that means is instead of doing A, B, C, D, E letter grades, you will instead either receive a passing or failing mark for the quarter. Now, I want to cover with you some of my expectations because we have now gotten quite a bit of practice turning in our assignments, and I think it's important that I let you know or just remind you that just because you're turning in an assignment does not mean it is worth a passing score. And I want to make sure that if you're doing the work, that we make sure that we are putting in the effort so that we can get a passing grade on our work. So let me cover a couple things here that I'm noticing. First off, some of us are not watching the videos and not completing the notes. I'm not collecting the notes. Okay, so I think some of us are taking advantage of that and not watching the video and doing the notes. We're just jumping to the assignments. But it's very obvious because the questions that I'm asking you on your assignment are directly from the notes and the video. Okay, so when you're giving me Google's definition and not Harford County curriculum's definition, I know that we're not taking the time to do the videos, and I can't give you full credit for something that you're not taking the time to do properly. Okay. The other thing is paying attention to the directions. Okay. Sometimes I'll say describe or explain, and when I do that, I tend to put words in capital letters just to kind of, hey, pay attention to this. But for some of us, we're still just listing and not describing. So that's an issue. Make sure that you are reading the question carefully before you answer. My third thing that I want to talk about is copying and pasting. It's becoming a big issue. Remember, I've had you in class for quite a few months. And I know the difference between your work and the work of the internet, okay? Just because you can keyboard command some words right into your response, you are not getting credit for it, okay? That's plagiarism. You're more than welcome to use extra resources, but if you're using an outside resource, it still needs to be in your own words, and you need to give me the link to that information. You have to cite your source. So, you can, when you're researching, say, polar bears, I want to see that you've provided me a list of websites that you used for that information, okay? So yeah, copy and paste is a fail for that question, okay? I will not accept copy and pasting of other people's work. That's cheating. The last thing I want to mention, though, is kind of a simple thing that it's easy to forget. I know a lot of us are really quick with, well, you guys, not necessarily me as much, but you're very quick at typing when it comes to your phones and iPads and, laptops and whatnot. And Word will normally correct your capital letters and periods for you, and it does the auto-correct. Its Learning does not. So I'm getting a lot of responses that don't have capital letters on the first word of the sentence, don't have periods at the end of the sentence, and we have a lot of misspelled words. So once you've typed up your response, please make sure that you're going back and checking your spelling and your punctuation so that you're turning in quality work, okay? Because again, Its Learning does not autocorrect and it does not fix your capital letters like Word does, right? So you have to do that manually, all All right. So for those of you who have been doing all these things, thank you. For those of you who have already been doing work properly, thank you. For those of us who have made some errors, hopefully this is a good reminder for you. Okay. And again, just make sure you're doing the notes and videos, because I can tell for those of us who are just skipping right to the assignment, pay full attention to the directions. Sorry. No copying and pasting. If you use a website, you have to give me the link to your resource, okay? And check our spelling and grammar and punctuation, okay? It's pass-fail, but you have to earn that pass, okay? If you have any other questions, feel free to email me, contact me on Remind, or send me a chat on It's Learning, okay? Thanks, guys.